everyone, and welcome to the GabeSimmer's podcast. I know it's been a long time, but yeah. But anyways, honestly, I would like to say this is a recap or a build up, or I would like to say all that, like, or maybe just a little venting here and there, but like, it's whatever. It's whatever, but like, still. Let me just say it's another good thing that all my classes are being settled. Nothing's bad with me academically. Let me say amen to that. Amen. 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 Amen to that. I also like to say that when it comes to in this new year, we're in 2025. Wow, we are in 2025. There are some changes in this year. This year has definitely have been treating me with no. Let me just say, I felt like I had some signs coming at me before this year wanted to show its colors to me. Before, I'm just saying, I said this year was a wonderful year, but also it seems to me that wonderfulness is coming at me hard. As usual, it seems to be in every podcast I'm complaining, but shit, y'all listening. Shit, but anyway, still, I want to switch it up, a little bit. Like, with complaints, I want to say what I'm grateful for. Like some good comments to mix up with the good and the bad. anyways, so let me just start with my good. Like, for one thing, I passed my classes. Yes, I am making sure my GPA is still up there, still 2.4, no Fs anywhere. I will see to that, period. I also accomplished my goal of having 2 jobs. Once again, yes, I know you guys are probably like, how is that a goal? Look, your boy needs the money. So, yeah, this bitch needs the money. That's all I gotta say. I still need the money. Honestly, I was going to have 3 jobs, but my, senses, other influences, like my mom's like, too much. Everybody's saying that's just too much. And I'm like, y'all, me secretly, it's kind of like, I understand why they're saying it's too much, because I agree. Like, me, merely, I agree. But, like, there's also this backhand at me, because the only reason why I got a second job is because my old friend has helped me with that job. And I always have, me and my paranoia, it's like, oh, I always had this fear of ruining my friend's reputation if I don't do the job well. And so that's still my fear to this day. And it's like, unfortunately, it has come true with other unexpected turns this year. Hold on. I would also like to say that before I go, y'all already know my voice is like, I'm not in a good mood. Y'all know I'm not in a good mood. But but other than that, look, you're listening to the podcast. Lord knows I'm probably copying Queen Radio. But anyways. I guess there's I'm not going into the darkness yet, even though it's y'all know I'm itching for it. I'm just scratching for it, yeah. Let me just get all my compliments out there. So I'm also, with my new job, I'm trying to get things well, being a okay server. I'm getting there little by little, so that's good to know. Not too bad. The job is treating me okay. It's treating me well, I'm keeping my distance for the coworkers on purpose, low-key, a little bit, but I'm not trying to make friends, but however, I'm not trying to make enemies either. However, it's kind of everybody is, let me say the record. Everybody is sweet. Everyone is okay, better than, my previous coworkers and stuff, but unfortunately I got a little emotional turmoil with this job as well, unfortunately. But still, I don't want to be a quitter. It's new experience. Honestly, just get my bag as best as I can without getting emotional. So, let me just say, it's not the work. It's not the work. I'm just letting y'all know. It's y'all know for real. If anything, all my jobs, it's never the work. If anything, retail is my favorite job because, like, just to give y'all a little update, I worked at Halloween Spirits, and that was the most funnest, so much fun. So much fun. It was like a so much fun job. Even though I came in last minute, I got hired last minute because the whole place was out of control. But like, it was great. It's great. The chaos was great. It was Halloween. Like, that's my favorite holiday. Like, it was great. It was so great. Even, I wish I could have made friends there, to be honest. But I knew I couldn't because everybody had their own lives. They're like, they're ready to go. And some of them, I'm like, they're living their own lives and they had their own dramas. And I'm like, I can't get into that. I got my own stuff to do. Like, me personally, I would make new friends, but again, there's some friends that some people have their own drama and it's written all on their face. And it's like, I don't want to get into that. I feel like sometimes I make things worse or like your problems will be my problems. And I don't want to add that bucket. My bucket's already full. I am very sorry. However, I will be kind to you in the moment that I'm working with you at the moment. But like, that's just me. And I had, like, literally, I had to set that boundary up for myself a little bit because sometimes it's just getting a little heavy. So I'm sorry. Like some buckets are very heavy and I'm trying to not put more on my plate that I already have. But anyway, still, I will feel guilty of it, but still, at the end of the day, like, that's just me. However, it was so fun. Halloween, I wear my costume to work. It was great. So great. But anyways, what was I wish I had something to do though. Damn. But still, let me get back to now. Let me talk about the now, about what I'm grateful for. Probably for waking up and all the basic needs that I am still okay for. It's such a damn shame that I could talk about the dark stuff so easily. But like still, let me just say, and then again, I could save this for another podcast, episode. But also, let me say what I'm grateful for is I have Enzoy, my friends are okay, and what else? Honestly, I think I could say it Let's look. I'm just in a bad mood. That's why it seems so dark right now. That's it. But let me just say, I'm just grateful for everything right now. Like what's been done, positivity. My doors are opening in my way. I just need to jump into it. I might go back to not remaking, but continue making the Witch Boy comic just to get out of the way. Because honestly, it could be more. I could go with more, but I guess it's like the feeling of it. I had to reread the feeling of it, and probably promote it better. But anyways, new art style, everything's new, but that's what's going on. Let's just say, yeah, you see, like I said, I'm in a bad mood. That's why I'm not saying, that's why I'm and that's getting on to me more grateful. I know there's more things to be grateful for. It's just, I'm just not in the mood to see the light at the moment. But other than that, let me just end in the light note that I'm just grateful for what has been done so far. And hope to myself that it's going to be more in the future. That's more positivity in my life in the future. Let me just say that. I might end the podcast with this because, A, I don't want to be too long. And B, I think I just changed my mind and just be like, this is going to be a positive video for once. Before I talk shit, Anyways, because I could literally run my mouth for a good minute. But I'm serious. Like, literally, I would. But only on the podcast. My podcast. If anyone's watching. But anyways, other than that, though, I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you for listening. And see y'all later.